Have you ever visited the Grand Canyon? Besides being a stunning natural wonder, it can also be extremely dangerous. Since it became a national park in 1919, it is estimated that over 700 people have lost their lives in the Grand Canyon. The causes of these deaths are varied, including falls, dehydration, plane crashes, and drownings in the Colorado River. Specifically, regarding falls, more than 50 people have died from falling off the canyon rim, according to historical records and reports from the National Park Service. But if you think the Grand Canyon is the most dangerous park in America, you are mistaken. Yosemite National Park in California has an even darker history. Since its opening in 1890, over 1,500 people have lost their lives there. However, that is a story for another video. On February 26, 1919, the Grand Canyon in Arizona was officially designated the 15th National Park of the United States. The canyon, a gorge of the Colorado River, and its many tributary canyons are predominantly made up of extremely rugged and steep terrain. Although areas along the north and south rims are maintained and cultivated for tourism, the dangers within the canyon are abundant. Even in well-maintained tourist areas, it is surprisingly common for people to fall and die, often in ways that defy logic. Prepare to explore the risks and beauties of this incredible park, where nature displays both its majesty and its danger. National parks in the United States are highly protected areas chosen for their natural beauty, unique geology, and distinct ecosystems. They offer numerous opportunities for hiking, exploration, and other recreational activities, being true natural treasures. The Grand Canyon National Park is one of the most popular and is considered one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Millions of people from all over the world visit the Grand Canyon annually, drawn by the impressive vastness of the gorge, the numerous trails, the ancient rock art, and the geological formations. Many also enjoy rafting on the Colorado River or helicopter flights over the canyon. The latter, by the way, is my favorite. To a casual visitor, the idea of someone falling from the rim might seem absurd. The gorge is vast and dangerous, and it seems logical that everyone would be cautious when approaching it. However, there are records of more than 50 fatal falls throughout the park's history. Most of these falls do not occur in remote areas, but in popular and crowded viewing points. Due to the high number of visitors, many of these areas have been equipped with railings and signs, warning tourists to stay on the trails and away from the edge. Even so, falls continue to occur. To increase awareness of the dangers, all visitors to the Grand Canyon National Park receive a brochure or a verbal warning detailing the most significant life-threatening risks. Park rangers regularly patrol, interacting with tourists to discourage dangerous behavior. Nevertheless, falls still happen. With the popularization of cell phones, the quest for the perfect and more challenging selfie has contributed to the increase in these incidents. There are 3 main causes of falls from the rim of the Grand Canyon. The first is dangerous photography. Attempting to take or pose for impressive photos is the most common cause of falls. Although it may seem like a modern phenomenon, the first fall of this kind occurred on March 22, 1925. Louis W. Thompson, 40, was trying to take a photo of himself on the canyon's edge when he lost his balance and fell to his death. Since then, the number of such incidents has only increased. A notable case is that of John Eric Hastrick, 20, who on April 27, 1981, fell while trying to photograph the Bright Angel Lodge on the South Rim. With his camera's viewfinder glued to his eye, he walked backward toward the abyss, lost his balance and died before capturing the desired photo. Nearly 2 decades later, on August 19, 1999, 25-year-old Gabriel Comerford was visiting Moran Point on the south rim of the Grand Canyon. Wanting a souvenir photo, he asked some tourists to help take a picture. They readily agreed, and Comerford handed them his camera. He then climbed over the railing and walked to a narrow ledge. Unfortunately, he lost his balance, slipped down a rocky slope, and fell into the void. Unsure of what to do, the tourist with his camera took several photos of Comerford's final moments. A morbid act that certainly was not the memory the young man had in mind. Fatal stories like Comerford's are not rare, with many others falling victim to the desire for the perfect photo on the edge of the Grand Canyon. Despite this, it's interesting to note that on nearly any visit to the Grand Canyon National Park, many visitors can be seen in popular viewing areas, climbing over railings, standing on precarious ledges, or taking other incredible risks to pose for pictures. This raises an important question. Is there a lack of safety measures, or do ignorance and recklessness overshadow any protective efforts? Although the park has implemented various safety measures, such as railings and warning signs, it seems that the desire to capture the perfect photo often leads visitors to ignore the risks. Continuous awareness and respect for natural dangers are essential to prevent more tragedies. Vertigo and disorientation at the Grand Canyon. The vastness and depth of the Grand Canyon can cause vertigo and disorientation in some visitors, making this the second leading cause of fatal falls. Frequent reports describe people experiencing dizziness when approaching or sitting on the canyon's edge, leading to unexpected tragedies. A notable incident occurred on March 9, 1989, when 34-year-old tourist Gesela Elixmann sat on the canyon's edge at Mojave Point on the south rim. As she tried to stand up and move away, she was overcome by dizziness and fell to her death. Just 3 days later, a similar incident happened. 21-year-old Yuri Nagata was visiting the second overlook on the west rim with a tour group. The group leader mentioned Elixmann's tragic incident, but Nagata, ignoring the warning, crossed the railing and sat on the canyon's edge. When a friend asked her to pose for a photo, she lost her balance and fell fatally. Although two identical incidents occurring so close together are rare, such tragedies are not uncommon at the Grand Canyon. Before Nagata and Elixmann, 21-year-old Elizabeth Hazelhurst fell fatally while trying to stand up after sitting on the edge with friends in 1971. In 1947, 17-year-old Herbert E. Kolb died in the same manner after watching the sunset on the rim with his girlfriend. In each case, the victims took what seemed to be a small risk to enjoy the view, the last view they would ever see. These incidents raise questions about recklessness and the lack of danger perception among visitors. Is there an unconscious intention to take risks, or is it just a fatal accident? Regardless of the answer, it is clear that the impressive beauty of the Grand Canyon is accompanied by dangers that should not be underestimated. It may seem insane, but the third cause of falls at the Grand Canyon is the desire to show off. A small yet significant number of falls have been caused by people wanting to display themselves in front of cameras. On November 28, 1992, 38-year-old Greg Austin Gingrich was visiting the park with his family. While walking along the south rim, Gingrich decided to play a prank on his teenage daughter. He planned to climb a low stone wall separating the path from the canyon's edge, pretend to lose his balance and fall toward the void, then jump onto a ledge on the other side and reappear unharmed. However, his prank did not go as planned. Upon landing on the ledge, he lost his balance and fell into the canyon. He made no sound, likely shocked by his fatal mistake. His daughter, used to his pranks, continued walking, expecting him to follow. She only realized something was wrong when she reached the parking lot. It was already night when the search and rescue team found Gingrich's body, confirming that his last prank had gone too far. Another exhibition-related death occurred on September 8, 1993. James Merriman, 51, a resident of Flagstaff, used to ride his bike to the Grand Canyon to crawl through railings at popular tourist spots and collect coins thrown by visitors for luck. Known to park rangers, Merriman had been rescued a week earlier when he got stuck on a ledge while collecting coins. This incident did not deter him. On September 8th, he visited Mather Point on the South Rim, passed through the railing, and began jumping between two rocks, inviting tourists to take his picture. His last words were, "Watch me." Right after, he lost his balance and fell to his death, leaving behind his coveted coins. These are just a few incidents from a long list. Numerous unfortunate souls, mostly young men, have suffered fatal falls while trying to demonstrate their courage and skills on the edge of one of the largest chasms on Earth. Although it may seem improbable for someone to fall into the Grand Canyon, considering its obvious danger, it happens frequently. It is easy to criticize these victims as foolish and lament their lack of sense, but it is important to remember that their lives were cut short by a simple error in judgment, a momentary failure to comprehend or appreciate the danger before them. In each case, it was a brief and terrible miscalculation made in seconds whose consequences consumed the rest of their lives. Therefore, when visiting natural wonders like the Grand Canyon, it is crucial to appreciate their beauty with caution and respect for the risks. Each lost life reminds us that a simple error in judgment can have tragic consequences. Always be prudent and aware, not only when exploring breathtaking places, but also in our daily lives, as safety should always come first. Take care and enjoy nature responsibly.